COVID-19 has created the perfect storm for catfishing.
That actually has created an environment where there are more potential victims.
Online scammers are preying on people's loneliness and isolation. They pretend they want a romantic relationship, then use your feelings to con you into sending them money.
They know what to say to you. They know what to manipulate, how to manipulate you and, create this veil of lies.
Let's take a deep dive into why this is happening now and how you can protect yourself and your loved ones. Let's see what's brewing. I'm Jenna Bourne, and I'm an investigative reporter at 10 Tampa Bay. If you're new here, welcome to our caffeine-fueled, homemade deep dive into issues that matter to you. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode. I want to introduce you to Rebecca D'Antonio. She lives in Orlando and loves all things Disney and Harry Potter.
My geekdom knows no limits.
When a guy named Matthew reached out to her on a dating site, she thought she hit the jackpot. When you saw those photos for the first time, what went through your mind?
God, he's sexy. I was like, at the first I was like, gee, this guy is really good looking. Why would he be interested in me? Well, I'm pretty cool. Maybe it's my personality, or something.
D'Antonio swooned over messages like this one. Everything blue in this world reminds me of your sweet, deep eyes. Tell me how you feel, babe. I want to know what is in your heart.
He didn't ask for money right off the bat.
How long did that take?
Several weeks. He had a son by the name of Evans, who was 5 years old. I love children, but I can't have children. They had gone on this trip and his credit card stopped working. So he wanted me to help them, and I was, very uneasy about it. In the end, I was of the position I could not, leave a 5-year-old in a bad situation. And that is how they got me. They look for that hook. What's going to make you send that first bit of money? And for me, it was the child involved. And then from there, it escalates.
And it escalated for D'Antonio for about a year.
I was being sued by Discover Card. I was being evicted from my apartment. I was really thinking about suicide.
Bankruptcy was her only way out. Now she says the pandemic has her worried more people will get catfished.
COVID is the perfect real-world situation for a person to get scammed. People are at home more, they're online more, they're looking for that connection. There's real world reasons already built in to say, I need money, but I can't come see you.
We checked with the FBI for their data on romance and confidence scams. That's when someone cons somebody else into sending money by making them think they have a trusting relationship. In 2019, the FBI got about 19,500 reports of those scams, with people losing more than $475 million. Compare that to 2020, when the FBI got nearly 24,000 reports. That's a 22% increase. And those people reported losing more than $600 million, a 26% increase over 2019 losses.
Does the FBI believe that's because of the pandemic?
Yes, absolutely. The pandemic has created ideal conditions for romance scam fraudsters to thrive.
This is Supervisory Special Agent Keith Gibbons. He's responsible for any fraud related to COVID-19 in the FBI's Tampa division.
I bet you've had your hands full lately.
More than full, yes, overflowing. You have a situation where people are isolated. People aren't able to interact in person as they did prior to the pandemic. So that leads a lot of people to go online.
It's a pattern David McClellan says his team has noticed at socialcatfish.com, a website that helps verify people you meet online.
We deal a lot with people that have their images stolen, and so we hear that side. And then we also deal with a lot of victims. These scammers were using COVID as an excuse of why they couldn't get to them and why they needed money. They're using this plot saying that they're stuck overseas because of COVID, and they can't get back overseas, or they caught COVID and they're stuck in the hospital and they can't get proper treatment.
And FBI data shows Florida is consistently among the top states where people get conned by romance scammers. Here in the Tampa Bay area in 2020, 51 people in Hillsborough County reported they lost $778,000. In Pinellas County, 29 people with $624,000 in losses.
What's up with Florida? Why are there so many victims here compared to other places?
Well, it's a bit of a perfect storm. You have a large elderly population here. You have a lot of people that are retired. They have a lot of discretionary income. We see our older population is less aware of the concerns about the internet, or even more likely to believe simply what they see online.
Some red flags to look out for: not just asking for money, but asking for it in suspicious ways, like iTunes gift cards.
There was a lot of spelling and grammar mistakes. There was a lot of details, which I was pretty sure I told him, but he must have forgotten. They don't use your name a lot. They'll use endearments, my darling, my sweetheart, my goddess. Because what they're doing is they are working, 30, 40 people at the same time.
If you suspect you or a loved one has been scammed, you can go to ic3.gov to file a complaint with the FBI. That's the Bureau's Internet Crime Complaint Center.
We have two goals. One is to make the victim whole. We actually do try to get victims their money back whenever possible. And then the second is to obviously punish the fraudsters, incarcerate them if possible.
My one big piece of advice is that if anybody is ever asking you for money, particularly when it's a relationship that you haven't built organically in person, run. Love yourself enough to run.
Thanks for watching What's Brewing. Subscribe to this channel so you don't miss an episode, and I'll see you next time.